Hey Bradley, how are you?
Hey Joe, how you doing?
Good. So you've officially um signed Neil Pierre, Frankie Westfield, and then there's been a few changes in midfield as well. Um, First the Jack McGlynn trade and bringing in Lukic. What do you see in midfield and how that's shaping up? And then to the homegrowns, what have they
Yeah.
brought so far? So far in this preseason, and what do you see their roles on the first team being?
Yeah, listen, I mean, obviously, if you look at the club as a whole and what the club stands for is development, right? So Frankie Westfield near Pierre has shown great development over time with Union 2 and shown some real good signs of what the potential looks like, right? So at the same time, we want to reward those players and put them in an environment where they can grow and strive to reach great things, and yeah, to achieve their dreams as well as young pros and hopefully a long year career or a multi-year career. So, I think that's the one pillar of the club, and obviously the other pillar is Jovan Lukic comes in as a ball-winning six who can play both ways as well. He's pretty tidy on the ball, and we had a good interview process with him. He's a really good character. He speaks English fluently, so there's no integration time there. He's gelled in with the players perfectly, better than I ex even expected. So he's settled in really, really well. He came in fit. He has some real hunger about the game and shows some real desire and has a winner mentality. So, we're excited to work with players like that at this level. So, yeah. And then with Jack, I mean, Jack, he's almost had with his development within the club over the last few years, and doing pretty well to a certain point. And yeah, listen, I think one of the club's objective is to, understand the wishes of the player, in terms of pursuing other avenues. And I think the club and yeah, everybody was on board with the decision to move Jack on and essentially, continue with players who fit and align with the style of play, as well as allowing the players to pursue other avenues and achieving where they want to go.
You have Jovan, you have Danley, you have a few other guys in that ball-winning midfield role. What in your system and ideally, what does a dynamic ball-winning central midfielder, whether it be a six, eight, whatever number you want to describe them,
Yeah.
what is their ideal function and how do you want them to, I guess, ideally function in that system?
Yeah, I mean, obviously, working as a double six tandem in there, one is to have the ball winning ability. One has to be, the physical battle as well, and then also bring some quality in the transition. So not afraid to play vertical, not afraid to play forwards, and to start the attack. So two-way players, box to box, and I think those two players, as well as Chuchu Bueno, he's also come in, and he's really a great advocate of what we've been trying to do here. So I think we have great competition in the six role, which has been fun to watch, and I'm excited to see how this competition develops over time, and hopefully that'll escalate these guys into top caliber players.
Jonathan Tannenwald.
Thanks, Nico. Hi, Bradley. Um,
Hey, Jonathan.
with Neil Pierre, here comes another player who there's going to be a lot of hype and attention around. Where do you set the level for expectations at the moment?
With Neil, you say, Jonathan?
Here comes another player with a lot of hype and interest around him. Where do you set the level of the expectations for him for now
Yeah.
at his age?
Sorry, just acoustically, you said Neil, right?
Yes.
Okay, sorry. Yeah, I mean, listen, we know Neil has some good attributes, and we know he's got a lot of good physical components to his game that gives him a natural advantage right now. So, we still know he's a minor, right? 17 years of age, and yeah, we'd bring him along and rewarding him in this process and giving him a look at what first team soccer looks like. But again, I don't want to throw too much weight. I don't want to throw too much responsibility. And if someone's ready, they're ready. But yeah, we want to nurture and aid and guide along this process. But it's been fun to work with the whole group of young guns and the homegrowns. And yeah, I think getting rewarded and showing if we commit to a project here. And the Union 2 campaign last year, Frankie as well as Neil was excellent. And I think it's rightly so that they get rewarded. And now it's up to us to nurture them, guide them, develop them, not just on and off the field, but on the field as well.
And you're going to play Cincinnati tomorrow. It's the first time you've played an MLS team in this preseason. You've played two European teams so far. What do you take from that as you get to play somebody a little more your own size this time?
Yeah, listen, I mean, it's going to be a great test for us. I'm sure there's always a bit of added spice with this fixture. There's always something on the line, and it's still early days, and it's a good game for us to give some guys some extended minutes now. So we've got some foundations built up, some platforms, and we can go a little bit longer in our schematic of who we're pushing and what we're trying to do. So we'll try and extend those minutes to 60, 75 to get a bunch of guys, and we'll give a couple of other guys a look here and there. And we know Union 2 is also down here, which has been great, regarding numbers wise. If we need to send some players down, and they had a friendly the other day against Rhode Island, we sent a few guys there instead of training with us, just to get real competitive game time. And those games are always better than training sessions, and we got great feedback there. So again, it's just part of the process and the collaboration between Union 2 and the first team, and so far it's been amazing. So everyone's on the same page, pulling in the same direction, and yeah, trying to just file away the edges here.
Jillian?
Thanks, Nico. Hi, Bradley. With Nate Harriel not playing in the first two preseason games, I was curious as to his status. And secondly, I'm curious as to how the team training compares from the Spain portion to now in Florida, what focuses have changed from then till now in terms of training and preparation, and keys for the remainder of the preseason.
Yeah, so with Nate, he picked up in his first training session with us. He picked up a thigh strain, and he's been progressing every day, but he's not quite ready to get into full team training. So we just have to keep on, keep him on the sidelines here and progressing him as needed. We don't want to go into any added or unnecessary risk with him. Jan as well, Glavinovic, as well as Nate Mbaizo. So these guys are all returning slowly, but still too early for any of them to be in team integrated trainings. Andre as well. I'll just give you the whole list right now. So, Andre took a day or two out, and he's back with us today. He'll play tomorrow, and we'll be fine moving forwards. Yeah, part one of preseason camp was kind of sort of, I would say, macro scale. We came in now, new coaching staff. Big picture, right? Here's the style of play. Here's the philosophy. I think in 12 days we had 9 video meetings, and just making sure, trying to hit the ground running with all the guys. And so that's how we did group holistically style of play. Then we broke it down into phases of our play, the 4 phases. Frankie's done a great job with set pieces, and the club has the boys have a good foundation on those set pieces. So stylistically, 4 phases in and out of possession. And then we started breaking it down with the units, the strikers, the 10s, the 6s, the outside backs, the center backs, and all those relationships. And now we're really filing down with the individual and how each component fits into the picture. So, we've broken it down, and it's been strategic, as well as the intensity starts creeping up now, and we're pushing the loads, and now we're driving competition a little harder. We're tracking winners and losers through training games, and so yeah, we like this added spice of competition when it means something in training. So every day we step over the lines, there's something on the line to win or lose, and we have some creative ways to reward the winners, and yeah, the losers have to step up as well.
Kyle?
Thanks, Nico. Hi, Bradley. I'm
Hey, Kyle.
curious, can you discuss how the goalkeeping's been going this preseason, and more importantly, the development of Andrew Rick, Oliver Zemla from last year, considering probably going to be your depth and when Andre's on your national duty?
Yeah, I'm being very happy with both Andrew as well as Oliver. Done very well in the games, done very well in the trainings. Great competitors, have opinions in training session meetings, have opinions on the videos. So it's good to it's good to hear even the young guys or even the guys who play supporting roles also be included and feel valued. And I think that's exactly what they've got. I think, yeah, Oliver and Andrew, they've shown, a real good, what a good teammate should be, and supporting Andre here. So, and I don't think it's just the support. I'd like them to also put pressure, right? I mean, it's a pro sports environment, and everyone needs a bit of competition. Everyone needs a bit of pressure. So I've seen some great things. It's enjoyable to work with them. So yeah, I think Phil Wedden's done a good job. He's always pushing the needle with those guys. And he's on the forefront of technology. He's on, he's doing a good job there. So I've seen some very interesting things. Yeah.
Todd Lewis?
Thanks, Nico. Hey, Bradley, how are you?
Very well in you, Todd.
Pretty good. So with the signing of Lukic, the team now has used all their international roster slots. Are there any current players going through the process of obtaining that green card?
Yeah, that's a good question. Obviously we like to try and get those guys who sort of express some interest for the green card. We never want to force that on them. But yeah, it's always interesting to see who would like to start that process. And yeah, but right now, we have our contingency full, and that's okay with that for now. And we'll observe the market and continue to see. And if we need to make more moves, we'll make more moves, and which then, could, yeah, if we need to get a roster spot somewhere, or if we need to get an international spot somewhere, we will definitely, pursue those avenues. But right now, there's nothing to report there.
Thank you.
Thanks.
And final question, we'll go to David Melandra.
Hey, coach, how do you think the players have handled the training so far, especially over in Europe? And now you guys are down in Clearwater. How do you think the players have acclimated to everything you've done so far?
Yeah, we've hit new highs, whether it's been the sprint intensity, whether it's been the high speed running, we've hit new highs. And, I can't speak for what was. I can only speak for, the standard that, I put on myself as a coach and the standard I put on the team. So, we've progressed every training session. We've added more double days. We've pushed the needle a little bit more. We've driven messages, whether it's, in the video room or whether it's been on the training field. And I've seen some really exciting things. And yeah, it's just got to start now. Like I said earlier, sharpening the edges, in filing around there. And the synchronization is a big one. Obviously, in the pressing team, we have to get synchronized. We have to be on the same page, and we have to operate as a collective. But this is a great group to work with, a highly talented group, and I'm excited for the next couple of weeks here. And yeah, we're looking to hit the ground running.
So far, who has stood out?
We have like 29, 30 players here, and they've all done a great job.
All right, thanks, Bradley. Thanks, everyone.